Tonight, we're cracking open Starlight American Light Whiskey finished in cognac barrels. Welcome to the show. Okay, I have a confession. I'm not sure why they call these whiskeys light whiskeys. There's nothing really light about them. Not the ones I've tasted. Of course, a lot of the American light whiskeys that I enjoy have finishes on them. This one is finished in cognac barrels, according to Seelbach's website, for 6 months. Starlight just says it's a Indiana straight light whiskey. You got the selected by Seelbach's down here. And I think it's just kind of a generic label. And they finish it wherever they want to finish it. Maybe it's something that Seelbach's asked for. Maybe it's just something that they made a deal with for Starlight. I can't tell you why, but it certainly piqued my interest as a member, as a pro member of Seelbach's. I went to that membership from the quarterly because, you know, with the quarterly, they ship you usually a craft bourbon or whiskey. And some of them were okay. Some of them I thought, well, yeah, you could have done better. So I went to the pro membership so I would just start selecting my own anytime I wanted to. I do get alerts about single barrels and picks that they do ahead of the general public, or ahead of the website, should I say. And that's what you pay for with the pro membership, along with some pro membership only selection. So yeah, it piqued my interest, and of course with the membership your shipping is free. So if you're interested in Seelbach's, I make nothing from them. In fact, I pay to be a pro member. I'll put a link in the description, and as far as I know, I still have a discount code available. If you're a new client, you can get $25 off your next selection. I think it needs to be $100 or more, but you double check that with me. You keep me honest on that. I believe it's right. I think it's for purchases of $100 or more, you get $25 off. Starlight Single Barrel Indiana Straight Light Whiskey. We'll put it off the side here. And I read the back to it. You know, Starlight, I didn't realize until recently, is a family-owned, basically grain to glass distillery. They grow it, they distill it, they age it, they bottle it. What more could you ask for? And there's a few ones out there. They're not the only ones, but doesn't mean that everything they sell is their own. But when they say it's theirs, it's theirs. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to hit this clock here so we don't go too long. Put 10 minutes. And probably my first experience with American Light Whiskey was the Southern Collective I have on the shelf. Now, Southern Collective, they are blenders. They aren't distillers, but they came up with a product they called Return of the King, which was a lost barrel, basically, from their King of Georgia series they had several years back. And at the time, it was a 15-year MGP bourbon, finished in, I'm trying to remember the name of the wine barrel. It could have been Pinot Noir, could have been something like that, and I always mispronounce that. I don't know what that is about that, but I always mispronounce it. But, it was delicious. The Return of the King was like bottled a year later, so it was a 16-year bourbon, even more unique, and it's fantastic. So we're going to get right into it. I told you about the whiskey. I told you about the company. Well, let's tell you about the aroma. That does smell like a whiskey, not a bourbon. You're not getting those traditional bourbon notes at all. I'm getting really a lot of grain, almost like a 4-grain kind of note, even though we know it's not a bourbon. It's very grainy, very earthy, and then that cognac does come across, but it's not the first thing I smelled. That grain, that earthiness was the first thing I smelled. Interesting. Cheers. Wow. That is spicy. Woo! I mean, pepper just lit up my lips there. Pretty rich on the palate, pretty viscous, and fairly sweet. Of course, first sip of the day, this kind of proof, your palate's just going like, "What the hell, Mike? What did you just pour on me?" Yeah, some 129.7 proof, buddy. That's what I just did. So my palate's acclimating, so let's see what the real taste is like. Wow. That is a spice bomb. It is just loaded with spice. Yeah, I don't know what the mash bill is. If I can find out, I'll put it on the bottom of the screen. But, man, that has got some spice going for it and some sweetness. But that spice is off the chain. Let's take another sip. We got a nice Kentucky hug going on there. What is 129.7? It's a little on the sweet side. I'm getting a almost, kind of like, when you get a high proof wheater, you get that wheat grain. This is more, I would say, heavy on the barley, heavy on the rye. I don't know if it has any wheat in it or not, but I'm getting corn sweetness. So I think the corn is there, just not at 51%. You've got a lot of malted barley in this. I would say a high amount of malted barley. You get that nuttiness, but it's a sweet nuttiness, almost like praline kind of nuttiness. That kind of sweet, nutty, roasted flavor. Oh yeah. This is good. This is off the chain good for $49.99. It drinks much higher than its price. I will tell you that if you're an American light whiskey fan, and just forget the cognac part of it, because the cognac is not prevalent. I get that in it. I think it influences the flavor. It probably influenced the sweetness. But this is, you know what this is? This is a cigar whiskey. It's too bad Starlight didn't call it that, because I'm telling you, with that cognac, this is good. This is good as any of the cigar whiskeys I've had out there. Now, I prefer cigar bourbon over cigar whiskey, but I have been tasting cigar whiskeys lately, and this is as good as any of them. And some of those are $79, $89, over $100, and this is $50. This is a damn good cigar whiskey. I'm telling Starlight right now, rename it. This is your new cigar blend or cigar batch or cigar single barrel, right? Wow. Finish. Now the finish is fairly simple. That what lingers in the palate goes into the finish. You've got that the cognac comes across. You get kind of a dark fruit from the cognac in the finish. The sweetness stays with you. It's fairly oily. I don't have a lot of legs there going on, but it stayed in the palate, or stayed in the finish, So I would say a moderate to long finish, good one. You're not like, oh man, I got to get back to this. I mean, I am still tasting this wonderful American light whiskey. I'm impressed. Starlight, you hit it out of the park. Seelbach, Blake with Seelbach, you got a winner here. So we'll put a link in the description besides the discount code where I saw it just tonight, so I know it's out there. I don't know if they have any more of it, but we'll put a link, $49.99. I don't think you can go wrong. Unless you're not an American light whiskey fan or you don't like anything with cognac or anything finished in cognac. It is a little sweeter than other American light whiskeys I've had, but I think as a potential cigar whiskey, it's doing its job. Final thoughts. Starlight Single Barrel Rickhouse Select. Selected by Seelbach. I think it's a winner. I think it's a fantastic value at $49.99, and I think you will too. So if you're a fan of American light whiskey, or whiskey finished in cognac casks, or just a good old-fashioned cigar blend, I think this is your jam. So please like, comment, and share, and tell me if you've gotten one of these, what you think of it. And if you haven't, I'll tell you where you can get yours. So as always, please drink responsibly, never drink and drive, and we'll see you next time.